I'm a Gen X dad with a Gen Z kid. Sometimes, when I want to feel a little less old, I'll reminisce about the High School Musical movies. I'm paying for college now, but I love these films because that little kid loved these films. And in this series, I'm going to look at everything wonderful and ridiculous about them. In this episode, I'm going to dive into the most polarizing song of the series within my household, High School Musical 2's Bet on It. There are two groups of people at our house. The first group, let's call them, I don't know, the group that's wrong, thinks that Bet on It is Troy's moment to shine as he realizes the error of his ways and frees himself from Sharpay's mind games. The other group of people, let's call them Team Correct, thinks that this is the worst song in the series and isn't even the best Troy lament song, given that Scream is much better budgeted and serves a similar purpose in High School Musical 3. Throughout High School Musical 2, Troy has progressively been a jerk, epitomized by this exchange with Chad.
Ooh, that looks great. Hey, I almost forgot. I ordered Swiss on my burger. So go ahead and check it out, man. Try it.
What the heck? I mean, we don't know yet that BFFs Troy and Chad have been hanging out unsupervised at the local junkyard since they were kids yet, but Troy and Chad know that. And by the way, the summer between kindergarten and first grade, my boomer parents literally let me play unsupervised at a Tucson, Arizona junkyard while visiting my great-grandmother. And yes, that is the greatest Spider-Man t-shirt in the history of the multiverse. Even Gabriella has had enough of Troy and kind of breaks up with him, I guess. I mean, she leaves him alone on a bridge while she gets into her mom's minivan. That says we're done to me. Oh, and so does giving him back the necklace. They are definitely Splitsville. Later that night, Troy kinda sees it finally.
Maybe my friends are right. Maybe I'm turning into a jerk with new shoes.
Troy comes to work the next day, and he's wearing black because he's in a dark place. People who are mad at him are giving him food for some reason. None of his friends will talk to him, but Kelsie shows him how Sharpay is manipulating the situation with Emperor Palpatine-like efficiency.
Everything that has transpired has done so according to my design.
And that's it. Troy's had enough. Does he apologize to his friends and quit the show? Nope. He's gonna go run around a golf course that no one's using in the middle of the day.
Everybody's always talking at me. Everybody's trying to get in my head. I wanna listen to my own.
These outdoor scenes were filmed at the Inn at Entrada, which is a resort in St. George, Utah, and it is unapologetically beautiful. The early shots of this number show the color contrast of the adobe red buildings with the super green grass and clear blue skies. That's the other reason why Troy is in black, so he pops against that backdrop. In our next episode, we're going to get into the bigger budget for High School Musical 3 that made a difference in the quality of the output. But we begin to see a drop-off in the complexity of the choreography here. A lot of this is Zac Efron inexplicably doing pseudo-karate moves. This 360 Steadicam shot tries to hide the dead grass patches if you look at the background to either side. As our setting becomes decidedly less picturesque, it's worth noting that the point of this song is that Troy has reached a crossroads given this new Sharpay information, and his emotions have elevated to the point where he has to spontaneously sing about it and move around to get things off his chest. While the circumstances of plot are different, a similar scene is present in the Disney Renaissance movie Hercules. Upon learning his true parentage, our protagonist expresses himself through song as he travels a long distance. The part is sung here by Broadway veteran Roger Bart, who TV audiences probably know from a little later in his career on Desperate Housewives.
I am on my way. I can go the distance. I don't care how far. Somehow I'll be strong. I know every mile will be worth my while. I would go most anywhere to find where I belong.
And this idea of a male protagonist getting news that changes his life so he sings about it is present in Golden Age musicals of the 40s and 50s too. Rodgers and Hammerstein's Carousel ends its first act when Billy Bigelow, who has been a huge jerk up until this point in that story, is told by his wife that she's pregnant. After realizing that his child could be a girl, it changes his attitude. Our family was fortunate to see the stacked cast of the 2018 Broadway revival of Carousel, and here's Tony nominee Joshua Henry during the cast recording coming to that realization.
Wait a minute. Could it be? What the hell? What if he is a girl?
Now, the Rodgers and Hammerstein organization is understandably protective of this song in particular, and won't let me show more than about 12 seconds of it. I highly recommend you follow the link in the description and see the whole thing, because Joshua Henry is just amazing in it. But just so you get a little bit of the context, here's the glory note at the end that shows the emotion he has for this scene. In the High School Musical world, there's never anything as heavy as figuring out you're adopted or about to become a parent. But to Troy, figuring out he betrayed his friends gets equivalent urgency. He's upset enough that even his legendary athleticism has left him. Gotta work on my swing, gotta do my own thing. We're about to hit the low point for me when the small budget impacts this upcoming special effect. And for some reason the previous shot was at sunset, and somehow this subsequent one is in the middle of the day. And I recognize your face out on my own. It's such a scary place. That's such a manly note. Ooh, the answers are all inside of me. All I gotta do. Even I have to admit, it gets a lot better when the pace picks up here in a sec, even if the lyric variety is lacking. I'm not gonna stop till I get my shot. That's who I am, that is my plan. We'll end up on top, you can bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on you can. And it's a super hard job, but here's one last example of the choreography quality drop-off. Hey Zach, could you run by this water hazard and jump a couple of times? Am I the type of guy who means what I say? Bet on it, bet on it. Big finish with a spotlight center stage pose, even though he's outside and on the 8th hole.
Sharpay, I don't like the way you've been treating my friends.
So Troy learned his lesson, and he tells Sharpay how it is. Even Ryan sees his sister for who she is now and ditches her ridiculousness.
Fine, you've always wanted the spotlight. Now you've got it. Break a leg. Ma!
Troy makes amends with Chad, the gang, and even Ryan. All we need now is for him to make up with Gabriella, but that'll have to wait for another song. To wrap this up, my kid and I agree on a lot of things. At In-N-Out Burger, you absolutely must order off the secret menu instead of the published one and get your fries well done. The Empire Strikes Back is the best Star Wars movie. A Disney theme park is the best place to vacation, even in the rain. But we disagree on this song, and that's okay. Do you know who agrees with my kid? The picture quality I'm about to show you was great for 2007 and not so much for 2022. But this is exactly who you think it is before he became famous. And if you're wondering, there's a reason why he writes songs for himself in his own range. So maybe I don't know what I'm talking about when a Pulitzer Prize winner clearly loves this song. In the Heights debuted on Broadway in 2008, and we saw Lin-Manuel Miranda in the first touring company when it came to Los Angeles a few years later. But in 2007, he was just a dorky, creative guy with a camera. This clip is still on his YouTube channel, and the following rap features two people who have not yet won Tonys, and a third person that probably will at some point, which is pretty surreal.
Hi, my name is Lin Miranda. I know you don't know who I am, but I wore these pants and I'm willing to dance like an idiot if you just give me the chance to just plug my show and reach the people. Bust my flow, cause the flow is lethal. It's cold in the heights and life is sweet, yo. It helps that I get to kiss Karen Olivo. Woo! 8 times a week, yo. The beat's going, but we keep going cause we know we moving, improving the Michael Reed. We can have a hit show about Latino people who wake up at my bodega. This artist Kenny Ortega. You better tell Zac Efron that he gotta get off because he's never gonna look like Jonathan Groff. Woo! Damn, he's so cute. Okay, I'm sorry, but it's true.
That's it for this installment, but join me next time when I'll be examining my favorite song of the whole series, High School Musical 3's A Night to Remember. Follow me on Instagram for episode previews and lots of other nerdy stuff. And please support the channel by giving me a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and remember, we're all in this together.